Today, at this graduation ceremony, we are here to celebrate the amazing work done by the participants of the March 2022 batch of our 6-month Data Science and Machine Learning Bootcamp. Let's begin with the presentations. First, I would like to invite Ravi Chandra to present.
Hi, good morning, everyone, or good evening, wherever you are. My name is Ravi Chandra. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I completed a Bachelor of Engineering from Mysore University, India, and specialization in computer programming and statistics. After completing my engineering, I joined as a software developer in Bangalore. Later on, I joined my present company, which is Wipro Technologies, initially in India, and then in my present location, Toronto, Canada. After being in software development for around 15 years, I wanted to leverage my software development skills to build machine learning models and joined Jovian Bootcamp. When along with Python programming, I learned and built 3 real-time products. My first project is exploited data analysis, wherein I cleaned and analyzed loan investment data of around 38K rows and 39 columns using Python and Pandas. Also created a wide range of visualizations, including pie, violin, and counterplots using Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Plotly. Along the way, I discovered many insights like major defaulters are from debt consolidation, credit card, and small business loan purpose users. And also I found that there are more defaulters in B, C, and D grades, and high interest grades like F and G have less defaulters. My second project is about building a machine learning model for Kaggle dataset to predict the USA house price. The dataset had around 100K rows and 15 columns. So after analyzing the data, I created various machine learning models like linear regression, decision tree using scikit-learning. Was able to achieve a root mean square error of around $168 on training dataset and $217 on the validation datasets using random forest regression after various iterations of hyperparameter tuning. My third and final project is about creating a bookshop dashboard wherein I analyzed and created interactive visualizations and published using Tableau and Excel. As part of this project, I also summarized the data in Excel workbook to determine the average ratings and monthly sales. Also, I created interactive visualizations like bar, pie, and maps with drop-downs and status as filters. From the dashboard, I was able to determine the best-selling authors, monthly checkouts, and writing hours based on the country of residence. Thanks for listening to my presentation, and for more information about my projects and to contact me, you can visit my profile at jovian.ah/ibarchan. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thanks, Ravi. Next up, we have Sam Jeffcoat.
Hi, good morning, everybody, or good evening. My name is Sam Jeffcoat, and I live in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I have a master's in science and clinical exercise physiology from East Stroudsburg University. I attended the full stack web development bootcamp at Bloom Tech. And currently I'm finishing up studying data science and machine learning at Jovian. So I'm going to talk to you about my 3 projects. My first project was an exploratory data analysis on NFL play-by-play data. I analyzed 50,000 rows, 350 columns with Python libraries of NumPy and Pandas. I visualized scatter plot, bar charts, histograms, and maps using Plotly and Seaborn. I looked at when teams score the most points in relative to the quarter, how long touchdowns were, the relationship between air yards and receivers' fantasy success, which teams ran or passed the ball more per quarter, the relations of NFL stadiums to my current location, and then the weekly distribution of fantasy points scored. And the thing I took away from it is you should definitely consider the distribution in your weekly fantasy start sit decisions. My second project is over a lending club loan data set from Kaggle. It was a machine learning with Python. I used a lending club data set to predict whether a customer would default on their loan or not. The data set was 700,000 rows and 28 columns of data. I trained logistic regression, random forest, and GBM models using the scikit and XGBoost libraries. And then I came up with a 90% accuracy score to predict whether the customer would default on their loan or not. My last two projects are a web scraping and then a Tableau and Excel project. For my web scraping, I was looking at Pro Football Reference. I scraped 600 rows and 7 columns of football data using the beautiful soup and request libraries. I built functions to scrape stats for each position and stored the data into a CSV using pandas. For my Excel project, I analyzed a bookshop data set and created a dashboard for sales and ratings attributes. I discovered one of the bookmakers spent 10 times more on advertising, but that did not lead to book sales. Thank you. Thank you for listening. If you would like to check out my Jovian profile and contact me, it's at jovian.ai/Sam Jeffcoat. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Next up, we have Vasanthsai.
Hi, I'm Kalluri Vasanthsai. I'm from Hyderabad, India. I have completed my graduation in mechanical engineering from Mallareddy College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. I currently work at Infosys as a senior systems engineer. This is the first project, credit default prediction with machine learning. This is a machine learning project where the primary objective is to build a model that would predict whether the borrower will default in the near future or not. This dataset has over 150K rows of data with 11 features. And this is a highly unbalanced binary classification problem where false negatives are more costlier than the false positives. I have created multiple machine learning algorithms like logistic regression, XGBoost, LightBoost, and with many resampling techniques. The Kaggle competition was evaluated on area under the ROC curve, and with extensive hyperparameter tuning of LightGBM model, I have achieved a score of 0.867, which has placed this model in top 14 on Kaggle leaderboard. This is the LightGBM classifier along with the hyperparameters. My next project is an exploratory data analysis of Big 5 personality test. Big 5 personality test is a survey which scores an individual based on different personalities. So this dataset has over 1 million rows and over 50 columns, which I have cleaned and analyzed with the help of NumPy, Pandas, and other visualization libraries. These are some of the visualizations that I've created during the analysis. This is the distribution of raw scores across different personalities. This is a tree map showing the number of responses around the world. And I have also created pie charts for all the survey questions, which helped me understand how each individual person responded to the individual questions. I have also developed chloropleth plots to measure how much each countries are scoring in each personality trait. My next project is a web scraping project where I have scraped a trip advisor website for hotel listings. I have used Selenium WebDriver to connect to the website and parse the hotel listings from that website. I've used Beautiful Soup to parse the downloaded HTML page, and I have used Pandas to clean and store the data to a CSV file. I've scraped around 200 plus hotel details with 10 columns. These are some of the projects that I have created. And if you like to view some of my other projects, please visit my Jovian profile or GitHub. Thank you.
Next, we have Kunal.
So hi, my name is Kunal Chakravarty. I belong from the city of Holy River Ganga, Prayagraj. I have completed my bachelor's from BCA on Even Christian College. Currently, I'm working as a support executive for electronic arts at iEnergizer. For the past year, I've been learning data science and machine learning under the Jovian Bootcamp. Herein, I had to go through a 600 hours of coursework, 10 coding assignments, and 3 projects. So let's have a look at the projects that we have made over here. The first one is exploratory data analysis on Zomato dataset, wherein I have downloaded, cleaned, and analyzed over 51,000 rows and 17 columns, in which I have created visualizations like bar chart, box plots, and line charts using Matplotlib and Seaborn. And by the end of this analysis, I ended up finding that the restaurants with drinks and nightlife have the highest rating in the market. Let's have a look at the next project. This is a Zomato rating prediction model using machine learning algorithms. In this, we have downloaded, cleaned, and analyzed a dataset with over 51,000 rows and 17 columns. In this, we have trained linear regression, SGD regressor, and random forest regression models. And like after making these three models, we compared them and we ended up finding that the random forest regression model is giving us the lowest MSE score. Hence, we went ahead and we have performed hyperparameter tuning on random forest regression model and ended up achieving a MSE score of 0.03. Let's have a look at the next project that I've made. So this is a Tableau and Excel project. In this, I have used bookshop data. We have created joints and we have used mapping by Tableau. Apart from that, we have used filters and colors wherever needed to make sure that the representation of the numbers and the analysis is coming out in a great way. And by the end of this whole project, I ended up finding that the hardcover edition of any book is like in the highest demand at any given point of time. So these were all of my three projects. Thank you for joining us over here. If you want to go through my profile, the link is over here, jovian.ai/Kunal-Chakravarty11. So thank you.
Thank you, Kunal. Next up, we have Gouravi.
Hello everyone, I'm Gouravi Tandel from Mumbai, India. I have completed my Bachelor's of Engineering in Information Technology from Mumbai University. My technology stack involves Python, Alteryx, SQL, Tableau, machine learning libraries such as scikit-learn, Keras, OpenCV. I have been working in the data science domain for around 5 years now. I started my career with Accenture as an data analyst, and here I have been working in the data preprocessing using various BI tools such as Alteryx, SQL, and Python. Post that, I joined JP Morgan as a team lead. I have been for exposure to the financial data. Currently, I'm working with Kia.ai, client location Namura, and I'm working on various use cases such as data analysis, data visualization, and web scraping. For the past 9 months, I have been working with Jovian.ai to pursue a bootcamp course on machine learning, and here are a few of my portfolio projects. The first project is analyzing European restaurants from TripAdvisor. This is a standalone exploratory data analysis project, and the strength of the data was 1 million rows and 40 columns. This data set was downloaded from Kaggle from TripAdvisor for European restaurants. Here I have performed data pre-processing such as dropping unwanted data and handling the missing value. I have cleaned, analyzed, and performed visualization such as scatter plot, sunburst chart, tree map, chloroplath map, etc. using Pandas, Seaborn, and Plotly to answer questions such as which countries have the maximum number of high-rated restaurants and are these restaurants affordable. After my analysis, I have discovered that most of the high-rated restaurants in Europe has a price range between $5 to $25, which is quite affordable. And most of the restaurants in England have the highest rating in a terrible category, but still they have a better category in the progressing category as well. So it would be highly inadvisable to select a particular restaurant on the basis of its count in the terrible category. My next project is Walmart weekly sales analysis, weekly sales prediction. So the problem statement of this project was to predict the Walmart weekly sales on the basis of 4.3 million rows and 16 columns from the Kaggle dataset. Here I have performed analysis and trained linear model, a random forest model, and gradient boost model using scikit-learn and XGBoost library. And after hyperparameter tuning, I was able to achieve a weighted mean absolute error of $3,160, which landed me in the top 30% on the Kaggle leaderboard. Below are the parameters that were used for training the models. My third project is scraping Book My Show movie details. Book My Show is a website used for booking movie tickets. Here I have scraped 10 popular cities and around 1500 other cities using Selenium and a technique such as XPath. Here I have passed details such as city name, movie name, rating, sensor rating, etc. And all these details were saved in a .csv file consisting of 100 plus rows and 8 columns using pandas. And all these details could be used for further analysis such as identifying which movie was performing well on the basis of its count of the movie rates in various cities. So these were all my projects. Thank you for listening. You can reach out to me on my Jovian profile, which is jovian.ai/Gouravi Tandel 1945. Thank you.
Thanks, Gouravi. Next up, we have Smitha.
Hello, everyone. I'm Smitha. I'm from Kurk. I'm a teacher and a team lead. I teach web development, Python, and data science concepts. I'm a former research assistant. I've published 3 papers. Since 2019, I've started my coding journey. I have been on Jovian since 2021. During this time, I have worked on many projects. Today, I would like to show 3 of my projects. The first one is a restaurant recommendation system where I have combined the data from Swiggy and Zomato. The dataset was about 0.67 GB. I've used NLP, Pandas, and NumPy methods to pre-process the data. I've used K-means clustering to cluster the restaurants based on the type of the restaurant and also the location of the restaurant. I've also used text vectorization algorithm, the term frequency and inverse document frequency vectorizer to recommend the restaurant based on the reviews. You can see the results over here. The second project is a solar panel feature prediction project where I have scraped the data from the website, this website, where I was able to get only 1,980 columns, 80 rows of data. I've performed CRUD operations and saved the data into the database, and then I was able to retrieve the data for further analysis. I trained the data using supervised machine learning models from scikit-learn library. And then I found that a ridge regression gave me the highest score of 98.64. The third project is a deep learning project where I have done an image classifier. For the data set, I have created an algorithm which downloads the images and saves it into a folder. Then I performed convolution neural network classification from TensorFlow in order to classify the images. And then I was able to get the accuracy of 21% with 6 epochs and 120 batch size, and then a validation split of 0.2. These are my very few projects. You can get to see other projects on my GitHub profile as well as on Jovian. You can reach out to me at reach to Smitha on jovian.ai. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Smitha. Next up, we have Aditya.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aditya Kumar Jha from Hyderabad. I've completed my mechanical engineering from JNTUH in 2019. I've been working as an inventory analyst at Genpact since my graduation. Over the last 8 years, I've contributed to improve the fundamentals of data science and machine learning with Jovian and completed 3 projects. Let us go over them one by one. The first project is exploratory data analysis on LA crime dataset, considering of 1 million rows and 20 columns, where I have applied pre-processing and dealt with handling missing values, strangled data, skewness in data, etc. Once the data is in right shape, I use different features in the data, analyzed and plotted graphs such as pie chart, heat map, histogram, bar chart, etc. with the help of libraries like Plotly Express and Matplotlib. Few insights from the analysis are: battery assault is the most common crime, and maximum adult arrest had been diluted in area like Southwest. Let us move on to my second project, where we fuel car price using machine learning. The The data consists of 70,000 plus rows and 55 columns. I performed pre-processing on the data, scaled the numerical data, encoded the categorical data. Once the data is in right shape, I split the data into three parts such as train, validation, and test in the ratio of 70%, 20%, and 10%. Now we fit the data to the models like decision tree, random forest, and XGBoost. From scikit-learn, XGBoost library. By tuning the parameters, I've recorded 0.12 mean squared error with XGBoost. Let us move on to my last project, where I scraped data from movie site using request and beautiful soup library in Python. I then pass details of synapses, etc. from multiple pages by building helper functions like get year, get title, release year, etc. Created a final CSV of 213 rows and 10 columns in pandas. Thank you. To know more about my projects, please go to my Jovian profile.
Thanks, Aditya. Next up, we have Sourab.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Sourab. I'm from Bangalore, India. I have a civil engineer's degree and a management degree with marketing specialization. I'm currently working as a data analyst with Scriptbox, a fintech company based out of Bangalore. So over the last 9 months, I've been a part of data science bootcamp from Jovian, and I've learned a lot on data science and machine learning. I've implemented projects based on the learnings from the bootcamp. So I've worked on 3 projects and a dashboard using Tableau. So let's go over my first project. The first project is exploratory data analysis of Bangalore-based restaurant listed on Zomato. The objective of the project is to provide analysis and insights into customer preference that can help businesses in making decisions. The dataset contains about 51,000 rows and 15 columns. As a first step, I have performed pre-processing of data, like cleaning the data, handling missing values, and standardizing the locations using pandas and NumPy libraries. Then I performed univariate analysis of few columns like restaurant ratings, cost, etc. to get the sense of data. And based on the insights, I've designed questions like what are the top restaurant franchisees and the rating associated with them. Check the locations where there are maximum concentrations of restaurants and what makes the location the most sought after. So these graphs are plotted using Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Plotly libraries. The insights that I have derived or have got out of this analysis is the large franchisees have not been able to keep up their standards. The most sought after locations are Koramangala and Bangalore, and Bangaloreans don't mind paying more for the quality. When it comes to the restaurant types, microbreweries, dessert parlors, and north cuisines are the most sought after. The second project is a machine learning project. So here, the project is basically predicting the win placement of PUBG player. The dataset contains about 65,000. Sorry, the dataset contains data of over 65,000 games, and I have downloaded the same from Kaggle. The objective of the project is to predict the final placement from final in-game stats and initial player ratings. This is a regression problem, and the dataset contains about 4.5 million rows and 29 columns. So I have used linear regression, random forest, XGBoost, and light variant boosting models from scikit-learn library and XGBoost libraries. So using this small sample of datasets, I've calculated mean absolute error for various baseline models and found that the LGPM model has the lowest mean absolute error. So from analysis, I found out that walk distance, weapons acquired, kill streaks, and game mode are important factor in deciding the winning placement. So hence, I've done feature engineering using the player groups. So with the feature engineering and hyperparameter tuning, I've been able to achieve score of 0.03, which puts me in the top 40% of Kaggle. third project is a web scraping project. So here I've scraped a bookdepository.com for the top 150 financial books. The objective of the project is basically if, let's say, somebody wants a book on specific areas of finance, this project will really help them get the books on particular topics. So I have used a beautiful soups and request library to analyze website data and collect required information like book title, author, book ratings, reviews, and etc. So I have defined helper functions like get book page and get book details, and using which I have extracted the required details. Finally, the data is converted into CSV, and the data contains about 150 rows and 9 columns. So that's about my third project. And in case you want to know more about the project, you can visit my Jovian profile, that is jovian.ai Ballal Saurabh. And that's about it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Saurabh. Next up, we have Pankaj.
Hello, everyone. I am Pankaj Singh from New Delhi, India. I am a BTech graduate from Mechanical Engineering from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam University, Lucknow. I am currently working as a senior analyst with Capgemini India and have been enrolled myself with the Jovian Bootcamp over the past 6 months. Today, I am presenting my 3 projects which I have worked upon. My first project for today's presentation is the exploratory data analysis and visualization of global terrorism activities. In this project, I have cleaned and analyzed 181,000 rows of data, which was subdivided into 135 categories. I visualized scatter plot, bar plot, histogram, sunburst, and heat maps with the help of Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Plotly libraries. The major insight of this project is the increase in rate of global terrorism activity, which was about to be found 94%, which is quite alarming. I also find that the Southeast Asian countries are more prone to global terrorism, with India in the top 4. My second project for today's presentation is a machine learning project to predict whether a car bought at an auction is a good buy or a bad buy. In this project, I have downloaded the data set from the Kaggle competition, which contains 70,000 rows of data and subdivided into 33 columns. I trained logistic regression, decision tree, and random forest algorithms, and got an accuracy of 90%. My aim is to land at top 30% with the help of hypertuning parameters. My third project is a web scraping project, Tableau and Excel. In the web scraping project, I scraped Indeed website, which is a popular website, to extract the information for data science and machine learning using beautiful soup and request library. I stored the extracted data in a CSV file with 100 rows and 7 columns. In the Tableau and Excel project, I have created and published the Tableau dashboard with the data set of a bookstore containing 13 different sources. In this project, I have built a Tableau dashboard which depicts the average rating of each book, most costliest book owned by a author, total number of authors from each country. Thank you all for giving me your time for this presentation. You can view all my project on my Jovian profile. Thank you.
Thanks, Pankaj. Next up, we have Tavishi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tavishi Jaglan, and I'm from New Delhi, India. I have done BTech in computer science from Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. I have 7+ years experience as a marketing analyst. Over the past 8 months, I have joined Jovian, and I have spent 600+ hours to improve the fundamentals of data science and machine learning. During this period, I have done 3 major projects. My first project is machine learning project, which is predicting airline passenger satisfaction. I took this data set from Kaggle. The aim of this data set is to predict airline passenger satisfaction survey. That is, passengers are satisfied or dissatisfied. This is a classification problem, and this contains 1 million+ rows and 23 columns. I have used logistic regression, random forest, and gradient boosting models of scikit-learn libraries. After doing the hyperparameter tuning of XGBoost, I got 96% accuracy and 99.43% AOC ROC score on test dataset. My second project is exploratory data analysis on 7 million plus companies. This set contains 7 million plus rows and 11 columns. I have performed pre-processing on data using NumPy and Pandas, such as handling missing values, dropping irrelevant column, encoding categorical data, etc. Along with this, I have decided questions such as top 5 industries around the world, how many companies are established before 1800, name of the top 5 companies has the maximum current employee, which country has more number of medical industries, and so on. These questions are analyzed and answered by graph visualizations such as bar plot, box plot, pie chart, which are plotted by using Matplotlib, Plotly, Seaborn, etc. From these visualizations, I have found some interesting information that first graph shows world cloud graph. It shows IBM, Tata, Accenture are the top companies around the world. Only 8 companies are established before 1800. Most companies are established between 1967 to 1997. And US has a maximum number of medical industries, that is 2.3 million. And this is followed by UK, that is 0.2 million. And other than this, all the other countries has only 0.2 million medical industry, which is very less in number. We should work on that. And my third project is web scraping. This is not the last project. I have done so many projects. And this project objective is to retrieve information about the bestseller books of Amazon from Amazon website. I scraped the information using request and beautiful soup library. I have parsed the information such as book name, author name, edition, price, review, etc. I have created a CSV file using Pandas, creating 250 rows and 7 columns of the data. For more information, please visit my Jovian profile. Thank you.
Next up, we have Vishnu.
Hi guys, I am Vishnu and I'm based out of Hyderabad. I'm currently in my 4th year at CBR College of Engineering, where I'm pursuing BTech degree in mechanical engineering. I'm also working as an intern at BDL, Hyderabad, and work as a freelance data science consultant. I'm also the co-founder of a robotics startup called Stellar Nursery. So my first project is an exploratory data analysis on the Olympics dataset that has records of games held all the way back from 1896 until the 2016 Rio Olympics. I have cleaned up and analyzed over 270,000 rows and 15 columns. The first map over here highlights the fact that close to 80% of times, the Olympic Games venue has been either in Europe or North America. The second chart here is a word cloud that highlights the countries based on the significance by the fact of total number of participants that they have sent to the Olympic Games. Now moving on, here this is a line chart that visualizes the trend between male and female participation in the Olympic Games over the years. Here you can see 3 drops in the Olympic Games, and this has happened. The first 2 drops has happened due to World War I and World War II, and this drop in 1980 has happened due to the Cold War. We can see that since 1980, the female participation in Olympics game has been on a upward trajectory. So for my second project, I have done a web scraping of codes from a website called Codes to Scrape. For this project, I have mainly used request and beautiful soup to scrape the codes from this website. The request library sends and receives HTTP request, thus helping us make a copy of the site. I then use beautiful soup to skim through the website's contents before defining functions to scrape specific codes that I needed. Once I had all the data that I needed, I used Pandas to convert it and store it in a neat and tabular format. Here you can look at the finalized CSV file where I have tabulated the code the author who spoke about it, and the specific tags that link back to the code. Now, moving forward, this is my third project. My third project is a Tableau dashboard, which visualizes the bookshop database that is publicly available. For this project, I have created multiple new worksheets that contain specific details like aggregated marketing spends, sales, marketing spends, book sales of authors, etc. So the first chart here illustrates the relation between an author with respect to the time they have spent writing and the discount offered on their books. In the actual Tableau dashboard, the component of time can be varied with the help of the slider, and the blue colored gradient signifies the total discount. Another interesting graph is the publisher versus sales with respect to the corresponding company's marketing spend. Here, the size of the circle signifies the sales of the company, and the green color gradient shows us the amount of money they have spent on marketing. So thank you guys. If you liked my presentation and would like to look at other projects that I'm working on, you can check out my Jovian hiring profile with this.
Thanks, Vishnu. Next up, we have Naresh.
Hello, everyone. I'm Naresh Kumar from Gurugram. I've done my bachelor's in hospitality management from Edinburgh Napier University. I have a total of 12 years of experience in different fields of hospitality, and my last venture was a cloud kitchen franchisee business named We Cook Enterprises. And during this startup journey, I realized how important data is in the new world businesses. And then I decided to learn more about the data science, so I joined Jovian Bootcamp. And I've learned a lot during the bootcamp. Let me briefly shed some lights on some of the projects I've been working on. The first project I want to discuss today is an EDA project, analysis of Zomato listed restaurants in India, which contains 0.2 million plus rows and 25 plus columns. And I cleaned the data, pre-processed it, analyzed it with the help of some of the Python tools like NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, and Plotly. And there were multiple insights I was able to find, but some of the important ones are to find out some of the most popular cuisines, which are North Indian and Chinese. Then with the help of this word cloud, I was able to find out some of the highlights and the keywords are used by the restaurants to increase their online presence. And then some of the most popular establishments in the country are Quick Bites and the casual dining. The next project, I'm still working on this project at the last stage. And this is to predict the sale of the Walmart stores. And the data contains 400,000 plus rows and more than 16 features. The model I've used till now are linear regression, decision tree, and gradient boosting machines. And working to get in MSc of less than $5,000 and aiming to land in the top 15% of the Kaggle leaderboard. The last project I want to discuss today is about the web scraping. And in this project, I scraped a screener website for the popular investment themes where I used request and beautiful soup libraries. And I also created some of the helper functions like get web page and company data, etc., to pass the information. And finally, I created a CSV file with the help of the pandas of 125 rows and 11 columns. Thank you for your time, and please feel free to connect through the links mentioned in the slide. Thank you.
Thanks, Naresh. Next up, we have Altamash Waseem.
Hello everyone, I am Altamash Waseem from Prayagraj. I hold a bachelor's degree in BCA from Yogeesh Christian College, and during the tenure of my bachelor's, I participated in multiple workshops for Python and was also a trainee programmer for web development. I used to work as a support executive for Pine Labs at iEnergizer. For the past year, I have been learning data science and machine learning, and I have completed data science bootcamp by Jovian, where I have completed 600 plus hours of coursework, 10 coding assignments, and 3 projects. So coming up with the first project, it's a machine learning project for used car purchase prediction, where I have downloaded, cleaned, and analyzed an auction dataset of cars, which contains 70,000 plus rows and 34 columns to predict whether a vehicle is a good purchase or a bad purchase. I have trained logistic regression, decision tree, and random forest classifier models, and among these, the random forest classifier model gave us the best accuracy, and hence I went ahead and performed hyperparameter tuning for this model and ended up achieving a 91% accuracy score, which landed me in the top 40% on Kaggle competition page. For my next project is an exploratory data analysis project of UK accident dataset, where I have downloaded, cleaned, and analyzed UK accident datasets with 1.6 million plus rows and 60 plus columns. I have created visualizations like line chart, a bar chart, and the pie chart, and discovered that there's a decrease in accidents over the year, and also that more than 70% of the accidents occur when people commuting to or from work. And lastly, I've made a web scraping project where I scraped the top selling games on Steam using Selenium. I have scraped the title, price, URL, and other details of the games and created a final CSV of 300 plus rows and 6 columns. So these are all the projects that I have made for the coursework. Thank you for joining me over here. If you need any more information about me, then please make sure to go through my profile. Thank you for your time. Stay safe and take care.
Next up, we have Raj.
Hi, I am Raj, based in Delhi, India. I am a computer science graduate from Sikkim Manipal University. I have 4 years of experience in customer service. Right now, I am working in teleperformance, which consists of assisting customer queries and creating reports. I am also enrolled in data science and machine learning bootcamp course with Jovian. Here are some of the projects I have worked on over the past few months. For the first project, I scraped the popular TV shows on TMDB website using Beautiful Soup. First, I downloaded the webpage using the requests library, then scraped multiple pages and parsed the details like title, user score, current season, episode, and cast by using helper functions. And finally created a function that will scrape 200 shows details and saves it in a CSV file using pandas. My second project, I performed exploratory data analysis on the data of used cars that was posted on Craigslist for sale, which is a website for viewing and posting local advertisements. The dataset comprises 3.5 lakh plus rows, 10 plus columns of data, which was cleaned and analyzed using NumPy, Panda, Plotly, and Seaborn. Here are some of the insights. First graph shows us the price trend here. The price for almost each vehicle type in recent years is going up. Second graph here shows Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota as the leading manufacturers in the used car market. Third graph shows the demographic spread of cars on sale across the country. It shows the most available vehicle type per city, which is mostly SUV. Fourth graph helps us to get the count of sellers by showing a number over each state. And our pie chart shows the most liked colors as white with 24.8%, black with 19.8%. It seems like people prefer solid colors rather than bright colors. Sixth graph shows that on an average, the distance of the cars run on petrol are less than diesel ones, and electric cars have driven way less in comparison to any other fuel type. Here I created a Tableau dashboard for a bookshop data. First, I performed some functions and worked with formulas on the data in Excel, like pivot table and calculation of rating, sales, etc. And then generated calculated fields and filters in Tableau to create an insightful dashboard which consists of 4 graphs that tells us. First graph shows us the authors and ratings of their books. Second graph tells us the Melamorocking is the most sold title in almost every month. The third graph shows out of all books formats, hardcover is most sold format and paperback seems to be the lowest in number. Fourth graph shows the author and average hours of writing per day. On top of this, we can filter the data like city of the author, publishing houses, and award winners. And I'm also working on a machine learning project which predicts inventory demand for customers. The dataset has 70 million plus rows and 12 plus columns. I'm planning to fit at least 3 different models and aiming to land on top 30% of Kaggle leaderboard. Thank you. Once again, my name is Raj Singh, and you can learn more about me at jovian.ai/rjmehra885.
Thanks, Raj. Next up, we have Srinath.
Hi, my name is Srinath Nanduri. I graduated from the University of British Columbia as an electrical engineer in 2020. During my time as a student, I worked in the university as an embedded systems developer, using 3D printers and Arduino microcontrollers to create systems to encourage the process of agglutination. After I graduated, I worked at ZE Power Engineering as a junior engineer, creating designs to replace electric poles, transformers, and other distribution-level electrical equipment. I quickly realized I enjoyed working with coding and data far more, so I made the switch to data science and I found Jovian, where I worked on many projects. The first project I want to talk about is my used car price prediction project, where I used a dataset of over 400,000 rows and 25 columns of American car Craigslist ads to predict used car prices. I was able to analyze the data and create 4 new columns to help with the machine learning accuracy. I used 8 machine learning models such as linear models, tree models, and gradient boosting models, along with hypertuning parameters to find the best model. The result was the base random forest regressor as the best model, as it showed the best results in all 3 error metrics used, RMSE, MAE, and MAPE, as you can see in the picture below. It showed up to a 575% error improvement from the benchmark mean value model to the random forest regressor. The second project is an exploratory data analysis of a dataset of San Francisco jobs with 300,000 rows and 10 columns. I used the plotting library, Plotly, to create many different types of charts to show visually the information that might be hiding in the data. I analyzed the data to gain insight into salary trends, variances in salary based on multiple factors, and to find any patterns that might emerge. For example, the increase in compensation with relation to inflation, and the wage gap between men and women in general and in the same occupation. The final project I want to mention is my deep learning project, where I used TensorFlow Keras to perform auto-encoding and image classification on a dataset containing 70,000 images of 28 by 28 pixel fashion images. I used 2 autoencoders, one very basic, using a single dense layer with a validation loss of 0.2691, and a deep autoencoder using a convolutional neural network with a validation loss of 0.2576. The image classification portion of the project used a model comprised of alternating layers of spatial convolution and downsampling followed by multiple dense layers. The result is a loss of 0.2629 and an accuracy of 91%. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you found it informative.
Next up, we have Amit.
Amit from Lucknow, India. I have completed my graduation in engineering from JIIT. I have worked as a senior systems engineer with Infosys implementing data warehousing and MIA solutions for international banks, namely Standard Bank South Africa and DBS Singapore. In the next few slides, I'll showcase some of the projects that I've worked on for the last 4 months as a part of the Jovian Data Science and ML Bootcamp. Project 1. My first project was on exploratory data analysis of the Summer Olympics since its inception. I have visualized and cleaned around 200,000 rows and 16 columns using NumPy, Pandas, and visualized them using Seaborn, Matplotlib, and Plotly. The project drew some interesting insights like USA and China dominate the medal tally as depicted by the first graph. Gymnastics, athletics, wrestling, and swimming were the most popular sports. Interestingly, these sports also have the maximum medal winning events. Participation of women has been consistently increasing since the start of the Olympics. And contrary to the popular perception, participants with an average age of over 50 and above have participated and in fact even won medals at the Olympics. and for India it needs to focus on top medal events such as swimming and gymnastics if it wants to top the medal tally. My next project was a supervised regression machine learning problem to predict energy consumption. The dataset consisted of 20 million rows and 16 features. The objective was to predict energy consumption for different meters using information such as site usage and weather information, post-data cleaning, imputation, encoding and feature engineering. Selected features were trained with baseline, linear regression, random forest, and light GBM models. With light GBM and hyperparameters such as N estimators, learning rate, max depth, I achieved a RMSLE, which was the competition metric, of 1.454 kilowatt per hour, which places us within 70% of the Kaggle leaderboard. And I'm planning to score within top 30% with some additional feature engineering. My next project was on creating an interactive dashboard using Tableau and Excel. I visualized the bookshop database after defining relationships between tables using joins, pivot tables, unions, etc. Some interesting insights from this project were: sci-fi fantasy genre was a top-selling book genre by sales and also by revenue. This book genre enjoys high average ratings and was awarded the most amongst all the genres. Thank you for being with me throughout this presentation. You can learn more about me and my projects by visiting my Jovian profile. Thank you.
Next up, we have Yogeesh.
Hello, my name is Yogeesh. Currently, I am working at Eminence Softech. I received a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication from Vidya Vikas Institute of Technology, which is a part of VTU University. During my work experience, I realized the importance of data and its analysis using the visualization skills. For this, I enrolled the Jovian Data Science Bootcamp, which includes over 600 plus hours of practical training. During this journey, I learned the concepts of data analysis and its visualization library, MySQL database, Tableau, and also explore the machine learning concepts. Now, I would like to discuss my current projects. My first project involves exploratory data analysis. For this project, I used Kaggle's US credit card fraud dataset, which contains 5.5 million rows and 16 columns of data. Data cleaning was performed on this dataset, such as converting columns data type, removing null values from rows, and so on. In feature engineering, new columns such as age, month, and years are created from the Unix time column in dataset, and also applied encoding techniques such as one-hot encoding, mean encoding to the sum of the categorical data. Finally, in analysis, we asked more than 10 questions and visualized the findings by plotting them with appropriate graphs using the libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, Choropleth, WordCloud, and so on. One of the graph here shows that as the people get older, the rate of the fraud decreases. This could be because older people use less credit card for transaction, and also they fail to meet the criteria to get credit cards. At the end of the analysis, we conclude that fraud is more affected by the amount, frequency of usage, gender, transaction per day, month, and category. My next project I would like to discuss is machine learning. Here, I have chosen the Indian cities house property price data set from Kaggle. This data set contains residential property price in Indian metropolitan cities. After cleaning the data, pre-processing, and feature engineering, I fit few models to the data using scikit-learn library. So far, after the training, we get the best RMSE of 500K with the baseline model of random forest. This RMSE value will be reduced up to 60 to 70% after hyperparameter tuning and feature engineering ensue. Scraping the New York restaurant data from yellowpage.com is my final project that I would like to discuss. Yellowpage.com is a website based in the US that lists all types of businesses. We scraped the name of the restaurants and other information from these websites. With the help of the beautiful soup and request libraries in Python, functions are written to parse the required information from HTML tags and organized it with appropriate headers such as hotel name, caution, payments, and so on. Finally, the scraped information is saved in 150 row and 9 columns in CSV file format. Thank you for giving this opportunity to present my projects. To know more about me and my project, please visit Jovian, my Jovian profile. Thank you.
Thanks, Yogesh. So that was everyone who was going to present today. And must I say, aren't those projects truly impressive? The bar just keeps getting higher and higher in terms of the quality of projects with every batch. So I just want to congratulate all of you once again on the incredible work you've done. I still remember the first conversations we had when you were just getting started, when you were unsure about whether you could pursue this, when you had doubts about which areas you might find difficulty in. And now you've done it. You've built all these projects. Many of you have already found job opportunities, have made a career transition. Many of you are currently interviewing. So, and I'm confident that all of you succeed just like all the batches before you have. Now, I would like to invite the members of the Jovian team who have been working closely with you behind the scenes to help you build all of this and put together this event. So to begin, I would like to invite Siddhant, my co-founder and the CTO and lead mentor at Jovian, to speak. Siddhant.
Yeah, great set of presentations, everyone. First of all, congratulations from graduating from Data Science and Machine Learning Bootcamp. It's been an exciting journey working with all of you for the past 6 months. Showing up every day, putting in all your efforts towards learning something new for an extended period is not an easy task. And I believe what you all have achieved over the program is significant. Data science is a very dynamic and fast-moving field, and I hope you will all keep on learning and upskilling yourselves. I believe that each of you would go and do amazing things. It's the day one for the rest of your career. Congratulations again, and all the best.
Next, I want to invite Samanvitha. Samanvitha is an instructor here with us at Jovian, and she has been working tirelessly with all of you to put together the presentations and make this event happen. So Samanvitha, please go ahead.
Yes, thanks, Aakash. Hello, everyone. First of all, really great presentations, guys. I know we've been working closely together in creating them, but when you actually come in front of the camera and you start talking about the work you've done, it's a different experience. And I hope everyone who were a little doubtful regarding this were able to come out of it and understand and feel better now. Next thing, congratulations on graduating the Data Science and Machine Learning Bootcamp. Like Siddhant says always, this journey does not stop here. It's just the first step of you transitioning into the data science, and there's a lot more that you'll discover as you go forward. My biggest learning from this batch would be, I would say, undoubtedly the amount of hard work you guys put in, because I know most of you in this batch are like a working professional. Next time someone reaches out to us saying, I work 6 days a week, or I have, irregular working shifts, will I be able to make time for this course? I can confidently say that yes, because we've literally had an entire batch who was working like irregular timings, 6 days a week, but they still made time for this bootcamp and, completed it and build these really good projects. I would wake up to texts. I would wake up next day and I would see texts from these people around 3 a.m., 4 a.m. who are sitting and, working through the material because they want to learn and they want to transition. They taught me that, you just have to put yourself out there and push yourself, if you want to really make a difference. That is what I learned the most, which also made me feel like, I should also start learning, there's a lot more that happens in this industry. So I should make out time, even after work, to study and learn more. With that being said, all the very best, guys. I hope we'll definitely keep in touch. And yeah, this is not the end. I'll see you guys soon. Over to you, Aakash.
Thanks, Samanvitha. Next, I want to invite Biraj to speak. Biraj has also been working closely with you, evaluating your assignments, clearing your doubts. So, Biraj.
Yeah, thanks, Akash. And first of all, congratulations, everyone, on graduating the bootcamp. And I would say that all of you have done like phenomenal work. Like the presentations you have given are of about 3 minutes, but each of these projects, like they took 20 to 30 hours to build, and compiling all those in that 3 minutes, it's a lot. And I know there are lot more in that project. So I would request everyone to go check out their profiles and just see the work they have done. Okay, and the lines of codes they have written. And secondly, in the first day when the bootcamp started for your batch, it mentioned that you have taken the first step in this field. Now, with now this after graduation, I would say after a lot of hurdles, after a lot of difficulties, you have finally started walking, and now it's time to start running on this field. Okay, this field is a vast and huge. Okay, now I would say that it's time that you all start running and go to different fields of data science and do a lot of things, and eventually I will learn a lot from you. Of course, I've learned a lot from you all. I've learned, for example, like I have seen so many projects, I've seen so many analysis, and as I'm a food lover, I can say that I've seen the Zomato restaurants analysis, and I can easily pick some restaurants. I can get some hints to pick restaurants to eat. Okay, so thank you for all the good projects, all the good machine learning and EDA projects, and of course, all of you have done a great work. Okay, so yeah, all the best for the journey ahead, and of course, as Samanvitha said, our paths are going to cross again. I will see a lot of you answering the questions for the upcoming batches. And that's how this community is so great. Okay, this bootcamp is so great. The and Yeah, and maybe in the future we might collaborate in something. Okay, we might collaborate, and we might help each other out. Maybe you are working in a different field, and I get to learn about that field from you. So yeah, all the best, and congratulations again. Thank you. Over to you, Akash.
Thanks, Biraj. So that brings us to the end of this graduation ceremony. I hope you enjoyed it. A final message for the bootcamp participants, for the graduates. This is not the end of your association with Jovian. In fact, this is only the first step. As the others have also said, you will continue to be part of the Jovian community forever. And please feel free to reach out to us to talk about your career, to talk about your work, or talk about the next steps. Feel free to help other students out. I know a lot of you are going to be coming back as alumni mentors and industry mentors to help out future batches. So we hope to stay associated with you for life. And we hope that you value that association as well and continue to be part of the community. It is really inspiring to see all the hard work that you've done over the last 6 months. It is just insane that all of that has actually come together and you were able to talk about it in 3 minutes. But I wish you all the best. And for everybody joining, thank you for joining. We hope you enjoyed the presentations. Do head over to jovian.ai if you'd like to learn more about the bootcamp and about the courses that we offer. And if you're looking to hire in data science, or if your company is hiring in data science, definitely let us know. You can find a hire from Jovian link on our website. We have 200 plus hiring partners who are actively hiring from us, interviewing people. So please go ahead and contact us and we'll be in touch with you. So with that, I want to wish you a good day or good night, and I'll see you next time.